No, sir. Mayor-elect. Mayor-elect.
Okay.
Not until November 3rd. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. The Board of Zoning and Adjustments of the City of Decatur is now in session. You are before the Board of Zoning and Adjustments today, seeking special consideration to an ordinance based on special conditions, or the literal enforcement of an ordinance will result in unnecessary hardship for you, or there's been an error in the enforcement of the ordinance. It will require 4 favorable votes from the Board to approve any request presented today. Please come forward when your name is called, state your name, address, and what you would like this Board to do for you. All cases will be called as adopted in order. Please call the roll.
Delane Dean.
Here.
Tom Pope.
Here.
Flora Gonzalez.
Here.
Chester Ayers.
Here.
Mark McCurry.
Here.
Are there any corrections to the minutes of the last held meeting? Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Please call the first case.
Case number 1, application and appeal of Southern Hospitality Services, LLC for an 18 feet front yard setback variance from section 25-21.12 to construct a canopy structure for a new hotel. Property is located at the northwest corner of the intersections of Beltline Place and Central Avenue Southwest in an M1 light industry district.
Thank you all. Blake McAnally, Pewright McAnally, representing the applicant, Southern Hospitality LLC. This is a property that is underdeveloped, but it's really going to be the first piece, the first lot that will be created. This is the area just south of Central Avenue as it lays today, south of the Beltline Road and west of Central, across from the Morgan County District 1 shop. So the east portion of this is the property that we're talking about, will be the first thing to develop in this area. It's all commercial, will be commercial. There's a couple of city projects that are going along with this. There is a realignment of the intersection of Central Avenue and Beltline. As you recall, when you come off the Beltline, you make a sharp turn and go back east along the Beltline. The developer is going to dedicate right-of-way to realign that road such that it comes straight off the Beltline and comes down to Beltline Place. That's the road immediately to the south boundary of the subject property. We're going to dedicate also 23 feet on that south road, which is going to take 23 feet of developable area out of the lot. So we're here today to ask you to grant this setback variance for a canopy that is a part of a proposed hotel. The canopy would set 18 feet across the setback, but well within the property, 42 feet within the boundary of the property. A couple of hardships that we have here, the 23 feet that we're dedicating on the south side for the improvement of Beltline Place to become a standard width roadway is obviously taking the area we would have had that not been necessary for the road improvements. Also, this is a section of the Beltline where the highway is approaching the overpass for the CSX Railroad. The road elevates there 20 or 25 feet, considerable elevation. This property and this development is actually down below that. So as that highway elevates, the slope of the field causes this lot to be really an inconsistent shape. The property line goes away from the highway. Because of that, we looked at some other existing facilities that are in M1A, same zoning, on the Beltline, on the same side. We looked at the Hyundai dealership, Jack's restaurant, Aldi's, Whataburger, Slim Chickens, Chipotle, and the Shell gas station. All of those from the pavement of Beltline are about 130 feet back. We're proposing for this canopy in this hotel, it actually will be 159 feet back from the pavement and 210 feet to the building. So it's a considerably further away from the roadway, which I think, in our opinion, meets the spirit of the 60-foot setback intent. So we're asking that you would grant this 18-foot variance to allow a canopy, which is a drop-off for the north front side of the hotel, to fall into the setback, this 18 feet. And would have you know, too, that the canopy is detached from the building. The ordinance does allow for fuel stations to have canopies in the setback, and there's several up and down the Beltline. The Shell station at Sandlin Road, the Kroger, the gas station in front of Kroger, all of those canopies are in the setback. But this is not a fuel station, so that's why we're here to ask for this variance. I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Questions from the board? Comments from the public? Comments from the building department?
No comment.
Comments from the planning department?
The development team has had several meetings about this project, and with the alignment and everything, and so the three hardships that have presented, the planning department about to
Public testimony is now closed. There being no further comments, this appeal is presented to the board for its ruling. Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Delane Dean.
Yes.
Tom Polk.
Yes.
Flor Gonzalez.
Yes.
Chester Ayers.
Yes.
Mark McCurry.
Yes.
These have been approved.
Thank you.
Please call the next case.
Case number 2, application and appeal of Dodd Signs and Service LLC for a 300.64 square feet attached sign variance from section 25-76E2 and an 80 square feet directional sign area variance from section 25-73-2 for a new speedway project. Property is located at 3523 Deer Road Southeast in an M1 light industry district.
Ms. Yarbrough, Mr. Yarbrough? Someone here from Dodge Signs? All right, I make a motion that we move this case to the end and call it, see if somebody shows up.
You need a second for that?
We need a second to move it. Okay. All right, I guess I'm not making a motion, we'll just call it again at the end before we make a motion to leave. Call the next case.
Case number 3, application and appeal of Peachtree Entertainment LLC for a use permitted on appeal from section 25-12.1 for commercial amusement, entertainment, and/or an event venue, and a temporary trailer court for campground use in the month of the Rock the South event. Property has a parcel ID of 020828000010.000 and is located in AG1 Agricultural District. Mike?
Thank you. I'll keep this simple. As he said, that I believe this property was originally zoned for Ag
Will you
1.
state your name and address?
Oh, Michael McBrayer.
And your address.
Oh, I live in Tuscaloosa, so it's, I got a brand new address. Hang on just a second. It will be, oh, wow. Just use 2203 Deer Run Drive, Southwest in Coleman, Alabama. I've got that one too.
All right, now, tell us what you would like us to do for you.
Okay, this is for a use permitted on appeal for amusement, entertainment, and event venue zoning for the current property that he mentioned for Rock to South, and then a temporary trailer court for the month of the event for our RVs and campers.
Any questions from the board?
This appeal is for a one-time event. Correct. I mean, you have to come and.
This will be year to year. Like we plan on staying here. We plan on doing this year after year.
And I believe, I stated this right, the use permitted on appeal does not expire. So the only part that would have to get voted on for a new event would be the use of campers and trailers. So if we grant this, we're granting the amusement park side of that indefinitely.
Perfect.
And the trailer court, I believe you said earlier, it would realistically be 7 to 10 days that there would be campers there.
No more than 10 days.
A few before setup,
That's correct.
and then obviously the people that come in for the event, and then y'all would leave within a day or two afterwards.
That's correct. Our tear down is usually 3 days. Yes.
Okay. All right. Any other questions from the board? Any comments from the public? Okay. Y'all will come up and step to the side, and you'll come up and say your name and address.
Jan Garber, 1716 Woodall Street, Decatur. I'm one of the homeowners that lives out in the area where Rock the South is going to be, and I would like to have some questions answered. I know that the previous event was on leased property down in Coleman, and was a one-time-a-year event. The property is now purchased and owned by the individuals, and I would like to know whether or not this is the only event that will occur at that location, or if it is going to be a venue where events throughout the year can be held, and if so, do we have some kind of understanding of how it is going to impact the community that lives around there?
Good question.
Yes, I would like to explain that, yes, we did purchase the property. Of course, Rock to South is a one-time-a-year event. At this time, we do not have any other concerts planned or anything. We have discussed about of bringing back maybe the Morgan County Fair there, but that was just, those are questions that we've asked and some adventures that we thought we would try to work out. Other than that, it may be, we would be open to maybe big, large company picnics and different things there, like if one of the big industrial places wanted to come do their company picnic, we would allow that, but we would not be doing music at that place every weekend. And as far as stage placement and different things like that, we do try to address which way the stage is facing, because that's typically where the music is amplified. And then we also work with the local government and the city for permitting to make sure that those noise times are, when it's 11:15 or so, the noise go, we're done. So those are the 3 days that we would be having noise there, and I understand that the traffic does cause a lot of issues. Right now, we're currently working with ALDOT, with Decatur PD, Morgan County, and the state troopers to make sure that traffic is smooth. We're going to be working with civil engineers and traffic engineers to make sure that we can make that traffic as the best situation that we could probably create for traffic. And then we will hire in police, security, to be on that site 24 hours a day while we are there doing something. That way we can keep it safe and secure. We will have on-scene fire, on-scene medics, and on-scene police officers to help keep that place secure and orderly. I hope that answers all your questions.
Yes, you'll state your name and address as well.
I'm John Garber, 1716 Woodall Road, Decatur. resident. Where's that access to be from? Access to and exit off of what street, roads? Where are you going to bring all these people in to the property? I have other questions. Would you like me to give them all now, or?
And I mean, you could answer from there. We could.
At this time, right now, we're building a traffic plan on Gordon Terry Parkway 24 and working with AlDOT to add additional turn lanes and to add an additional 2 entrances to that property to help get people in. So we're going to have 3 entrances on that property to be able to funnel traffic to. And then AlDOT is working with us on the possibility of another crossover for the median and for additional turn lanes to help funnel traffic into there. And then if there was a possibility of a right-of-way back to Woodall Road, or if they finish buying that property back to Woodall Road, they would send some traffic down Woodall, and that would be very helpful as far as traffic goes.
That'd be very bad. As far as being a resident on Woodall, that's a big negative. That's my problem. You don't expect to just use 24. I'm sorry.
What I heard is they do not own the property all the way to Woodall Road at this point. So at this point, there would be no.
At this point, it's just an emergency egress for law enforcement over there that we would be talking about.
There is a road that dead ends Ridgeway, I think is the name of it, off of Woodall that comes close to the back of that property. And that's my largest concern, that Woodall be turned into one of the access routes. That's going to cause a lot of issues for residents up and down that street.
And for the students
What?
that go to Austin High School.
School will be out of, for this event, school will be out. It will be in the summertime, so that.
I think the gentleman mentioned there was a time when you would shut the concert venue down. So noise restrictions are what I'm curious about, if there's any timing on noise restrictions, like quiet time.
Either one of y'all know the city ordinance on time?
Yes, we have been in discussion with Rock the South about the noise ordinance, and they will have to maintain within that area of time to shut down the music. However, in the event that there is a delay, a weather delay, they could go beyond that, but we're discussing that. So they will have to abide by the ordinance, but of course we don't want to ruin the event if they have to delay it for some reason. So that is all being taken into consideration. And as far as his concerns about access from Woodall, we have been discussing with them as that being an emergency route, and that's not going to be accessible for all the people that will be attending the event. So the majority of the traffic will be off the major highway.
Okay. Any of it coming off Woodall, I think's a bad thing. There's too many children up and down that street, and people need access to that road. That's the only way I have in and out. So if it gets blocked at any point, what am I going to do?
Yeah, we're sure it won't be blocked because we're designating that ingress point and egress point for emergencies. So we will have to help ensure that they'll stay clear. If there's an emergency, people have to be exited out of the venue to get to the hospital or what have you, or emergency services have to come in for some reason. So we have to keep that route clear for that purpose. So.
Okay. Next question I have concerns the size of the venue. Is there going to be a limit on the amount of people that can access it to participate? I mean, I don't want them to sell 50,000 tickets and have 150,000 people show up at the gates. So I'm wondering about how that's going to be controlled.
So at this time, we are presenting a CAD drawing to the city for their review. We will have that reviewed by the fire marshals and all the powers that be that would designate what our capacity could be for that venue. So where, you know, that site, I mean, yes, there would never be 50,000 people on that site. So our typical concerts are between 15,000 and 25,000 people, which 25,000 people can be a lot of people. But what we do is we will build out that venue on that CAD. We will show it to the fire marshal, and then the fire marshal will, by his discretion and by your local code, will tell us how many people can come to that event, and then we cannot exceed that. And I can provide real-time numbers for the ticket sales to the local government as we're doing public safety planning and as the fire marshals are doing approval for the event.
And all parking will be on the property?
Typically for us, all parking will be on our property or a farmer beside it that chooses to work with us. But if a local resident decided they wanted to park cars in their driveway, I would not be able to control that.
Okay.
So directly across from our house is
If you need to speak and ask a question, we need to come to the podium, please.
Jan Garber. When he says if a farmer chooses to, directly across from our house is a huge open field that's up for sale. Are we going to end up with a parking lot in our front yard? Is that what's going to happen, or is that going to be allowed?
I'm going to defer that to the city as well.
If I may speak, and forgive me if I'm speaking out of hand, we want to keep Woodall in that entry point from Woodall into the property where the venue is as clear as possible so that emergency vehicles can get in and out. So we would not recommend, and we actually will probably send some kind of notification to deter that, just so that for the purposes of keeping that area clear for emergency vehicles. Now, the street that's adjacent that leads to 24, that's different. But we would like to restrict people from coming out of Woodall, just so it can remain open for vehicles to pass for emergencies.
Okay.
And we would not be seeking to buy any field or anything that's on Woodall over there on the side of that field that you're talking about. We would not be, unless we just buy the property all the way back to Woodall.
John Garber again. One additional question. Is that property currently in Decatur city limits? I'm unfamiliar with, I didn't think that the city limits extended out that far down Gordon Terry.
Yeah, it's zoned AG1, so it does have Decatur city zoning. Confirms, the planning department's confirming that it is indeed
okay.
in the city.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank y'all. Any other questions or comments from the public? Comments from the building department?
No comment.
Comments from the planning department?
We recommend approval of this activity, considering the fact that we're working very closely and hand in hand with them for proper planning for emergency services and control of the environment in terms of traffic flow and ingress and egress to the property. So we're confident that we can make this a great event.
Public testimony is now closed. There being no further comments, this appeal is presented to the board for its ruling. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Chester Ayers,
Yes.
Mark McCurry,
Yes.
Delane Dean,
Yes.
Tom Polk,
Yes.
Flora Gonzalez.
Yes. It has been approved. We recall case number 2.
Case number 2, application and appeal of Dodd Signs and Service LLC for a 300.64 square feet attached sign area variance from section 25-76E2 and an 80 square feet directional sign area variance from section 25-73-2 for a new speedway project. Property is located at 3523 Deer Road Southeast in an M1 light industry district. I didn't try to call him just then, no.
Usually we try to give them a call to see if someone's at the wrong location or. Usually get on that
Yeah, just a courtesy.
courtesy call just to see if
I can call him. Yes, this is John with the building department. I was trying to get a hold of someone with Dodge signs concerning your sign area variance. We are holding the meeting right now. I wanted to check to see if you were on your way. Thank you.
Do you have to leave a message?
Yes, ma'am, I left a message. I explained that we were holding the meeting right now.
Case on the no-show on case number 2. Do I have a motion to reject?
They have to make an application.
They will have to agree to file. Oh, we can, you know, wait till 4:30?
So they can't wait till next time.
They would have to reapply. If they don't show up, they would have to, if they don't show up and don't come out and ask, yeah, have a good reason for not showing up. They call and say they had a risk or something, and I think we'd like to
We
move
don't
with that.
hear from them, or we don't hear from them at all. So usually we'll hear something that, sometimes we'll give them a few minutes to call. It has to happen, and
Give them 4:30.
Yeah, we can do before 30.
Do you want, is your motion still out there?
I'll take that motion back in and we'll wait till 4:30. If you want to mute us on the online streaming for
Flor Gonzalez.
Yes.
Mark McCurry. Chester Ayers. Elaine Dean.
Yes.
Tom Pope.
Yes.
Case number 2 has been denied. Is there any new business to be discussed? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor? Say aye.